I guess by the green in the background, you could probably tell it's time for the story of Money Lovers. Oh man, Money Lovers. Crazy, crazy film to get done. Crazy concept. And what a lot of people say to date is still my best film. So, Money Lovers, I'm going to tell y'all how the idea for Money Lovers even came about. If you haven't watched Money Lovers, it's available on Tubi. Don't worry, this won't be a spoiler, but you will learn some insight about the film if you watch this video. Money Lovers was based on a true story and a fictional concept that I always had an idea for a film for. So the fictional concept was everybody's seen Set It Off, Jada Pinkett, Queen Latifah, Vivica Fox, etc. Um, Blair Underwood was in that movie, and he played Jada Stoney's love interest. He was the banker, though. But remember the white cop that was in the film? I was like, damn, what if they swapped, right? And Blair Underwood was actually the cop, but he fell in love with Stoney. But now he chasing her, but he the one fall in love with her, right? So that was a concept in my mind, right? And then what the concept that married together with that for Money Lovers was in real life. Was dealing with this young lady. This was way back when Bitcoin first started to get a little traction. You talking 2017, 18. I was dealing with this young lady that was she was all heavy into the Bitcoin stuff, right? She was telling me about it and whatnot. But I'm like, Um, and then a friend of mine, a male friend of mine, was also heavy in it. So he liked Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. And I'm like, But after a while, I said, you know what? I'm up a couple of dollars. Let me invest in a little Bitcoin, right? So I put $1,000 on some Bitcoin, and they gave me access to like this website. So here's the thing: when I bring up those two, because I didn't know the two of them were working together. This young lady I was dealing with at the time, and this friend of mine. They was working together, and I didn't know that till I put the money in, and then I heard like their names mentioned and all that. I'm like, oh, so y'all doing okay, cool. And I felt like I was in good hands. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day, I'm not gonna put no bad juju on a beat, but I don't know if I was in good hands or not because they gave me access to this website where I could see my shares, and one day the website just went away. Like no money return, nothing. It was told to me that this happened to any and everyone who put their money in with them. I don't know. I didn't ask any questions. I didn't feel scammed per se, but again, I don't know what really happened. But I knew it happened, and that started to where the legs grew for Money Lover. So I said, wow, I said, what if there's a young lady who is like doing whatever this scam could have been, right? She's, getting people to invest in crypto, but really taking the money. And this becomes a crime that a law enforcement person is hired to track down. And upon this male law enforcement officer trying to track this person down, he just falls in love with this lady who, unbeknownst to him, is the very person that he's trying to bring down. And that's where the story of Money Lovers came from. Putting the film together, it was a lot. I had some money saved up, and I was, I had done Work Bay, had done Bay vs. Bay, had ideas for other projects, etc. And I just was like, man, I can sit on this money. I can invest this money somewhere. I can buy this. I can buy that. I cannot be here tomorrow and have this money just sitting in my bank account. Or I could do a movie. I could really like put some money into a movie and get something dope done. And I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I've been put here to do. That's what I need to do. I gotta take the risk. I spent about 50 grand on Money Lovers between paying folks, locations, rentals, equipment that I didn't already have, all types. It's a film budget. Money goes everywhere. Here nor there. I don't regret it at all. I love that I did that. It catapulted me to where I am today. But it was like I'ma really do it. Like I'm not gonna half-ass this one. I'ma really do this movie. And it's crazy how it all came together. So that's why I'm telling y'all the story of Money Lovers. So first things first, I'm trying to cast the lead, and there's this one young lady I wanted to work with forever. I seen her do her thing back in the play days, and I'm like, yo, I gotta work with this lady one day. And she was signed on to be Peyton, the lead in Money Lovers. And um we doing a table read. We did 2 table reads for Money Lovers because we knew like it was just that type of film. It was deep, it was long, it had, some crazy scenes in it, whatever. So we got to get people in here to rehearse. So this young lady came to the first table read, I believe, but she didn't come to the second table read. And when I hit her to be like, yo, why you ain't come, she kind of like had something more important to do. And that something was threatening to take her away, as well as when we were on set for Money Lovers. Money Lovers was my longest recorded film time wise. It was 15 days, probably 16 with a pickup. So I'm like, I can't, I told her I can't afford to have you on as a maybe. And we ready to go. Like we like days away from the production, and we don't know who our lead is going to be. And it got to the point where I'm like, can my wife do it? Can Natasha do it? Like, because the character kind of embodied like who Natasha is as a person. But Natasha's not that type of an actress. And she wouldn't have, love my wife, but she wouldn't have brought the character to life the way Tiffany McLeod brings this
Speaking of
character to
team,
life.
have you seen Buck? I haven't heard from him in almost a week now.
Robin, Buck is fine. And speaking of team, how's my investment in Chipcoin doing?
I'm sorry, your investment?
Bitch, don't act like you're not stealing fucking money from me.
Crazy thing about Tiffany, right? I used to always tell, so Tiffany started down here in my new Philly with me. And I used to be like, yo, you talented. Like, yo, you can host, you can act, like you gorgeous. You gotta like do stuff. Cause Tiff was like holding back. Like, why you ain't doing stuff? And I've had this conversation with her many a times. People that know me know I don't say anything about folks I haven't said to their face. So that's my dog. I love me some Tiffany. She was in the room to play a very small character. There's a character in the film that's like talking to my character while we had a casino night one night. Got like 2 lines. That was Tiffany's role. So me, Eb, Dominique, Naj, we thinking about it. We like, who can we get? Who can we get? And we had these other 2 girls in mind. We even thought about moving one girl, the girl that played Goldie, to another to be the lead, but we was like, no, she already studied this and she got that down. We gotta replace Peyton. And I think Eb was the first one that was like, what about Tiff? I was like, Tiff, you wanna do it? Like, why don't you just like read for Peyton this second night when our Peyton didn't show up? Like, read for Peyton this second night, and let's see if we can make you Peyton. Like, it was a lot for her to move around in her schedule. Like, you go from having one day on set to being the lead in the film. And one thing I tell actors all the time, whether your role is an extra, whether your role is one line, a day player, show up. Show up. You never know who's going to see you, what they're going to see in you. And just the sheer fact that you're there and embracing the role that you do have, it shows people that you're inclined to embrace a bigger role, a bigger opportunity. So shout out to Tiff for just showing up, right? She read for Peyton that night, and we was just like, look, we're going to hold your hand. It's your first, I don't know if it was our first movie role, period, but it definitely was our first lead role. He's like, we're gonna hold your hand, we're gonna be there to support you every step of the way. We got Dom on board. We gonna help you out. And Tiff bodied it, man. Like, Tiff came in and played Peyton and brought Peyton to life in ways that I didn't even imagine when writing that character. Like, she was like, that role was made for her. Like, it was the universe was conspiring in her favor to get some other folks busy with other things so that she could get busy with this. And since then, I think man, Tiff probably been in like more movies than me at this point. Like Tiff, she getting busy. So shout out to her. Shout out to Dom for making sure that this movie stayed on track, because especially when when we didn't have a lead and we was like days away, I was like, Dom, we might just gotta push it back. But we were ready. We were 100% ready, if not for not having our lead. So Dom's like, bro, we gotta do it. Like we not about to start over. We gotta do it. I'm like, oh my goodness. All right. And this was one of those, we started in January. This was one of those warm Januaries. We like, oh, we only got like 3-4 days outside, but this type of weather, we gonna be good. Bruh. When I tell you, literally the day before we started, I think we started shooting on January 16th, if I'm not mistaken. The day before, warm, 65, 70 degrees. The next day, 10 degrees outside. I can't make this up. I couldn't feel the tip of my nose. Vern couldn't feel his hands. Vern was my DP, Vernon Ray on the camera. Listen, those first 2 days on Money Lovers, you damn near wanted to quit. It was so cold outside. And we didn't expect it. Like, we prepared for it because obviously we could see the weather, but we didn't expect it because we was in one of those, oh, it's nice in January weeks. Toughest days of my life on set in anybody's production was the first day of Money Lovers. Toughest day. We had setback after setback on Money Lovers set. But thanks to Eb, Dom, Naj, Vern, Joey, myself, we found a way to work around every setback. Like my tire got flat, like one of those nasty flats that you can't get the wheel off, and all this crazy stuff. My guy Big Smiles came out, had to use the breaker joint to get it off. The hotel booked our room I paid the hotel to keep my room. You know, you can't check in the hotel till 3. I'm like, I need to check in at 7 a.m. So let me pay for the night before and the other night. But I'm not coming till the morning. Somebody comes that night, they give my room away because I'm not in it. But I paid for it. I paid for it. They left a note. Apparently the night manager or whoever didn't see this note and went ahead and gave the room away. Now, if you know anything about filmmaking, we had probably a 6 or 7 a.m. call time that morning. Now we can't get into this space we supposed to be filming all day till 3-4 o'clock. So we pivoted. I think in the movie, that was when we shot the scenes that we shot in the fashion district. We pivoted and moved those scenes to that day to, make room for something else. But again, struggle, got it done. Another day, it snowed out the blue. Like, we had to cancel for snow. It was like supposed to be all of the snow. It wasn't all of the snow they was talking about, but it was enough for us to be like, all right, we got to push this back. Went back out there the next day, got that scene done. It's COVID time. So every day, Eb and I can't remember the people that she hired to come in and do our COVID testing. Every day, everybody got to get COVID testing. Like, Money Lovers was one of those films where, like, you better love it. You better love it or you gonna quit. Money Lovers was tough to get done. It was such a fun movie, though. And it was so challenging. The thing about filmmaking is if you love it, you embrace the challenge. You can't wait for a new challenge in filmmaking. So that's what kept us like perked up, like people that like was real filmmakers. Like, it probably almost made Ebony quit because I think Money Lovers was like Ebony's first film. And it bust her ass. She'll tell you herself, it bust her ass. She didn't know what to expect. She ended up coming to me afterwards because I was on her before it, and she was like, Harry, I done produced all these years. I know what to do. I'm like, but this a movie is different. She came to me afterwards and was like, yeah, bro, I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. I will be prepared for the next one. I did not know this was what to expect. And it wasn't no easy movie to get done. Biggest lesson producing Money Lovers. So it's so many of them. It's so many of them. I would say I'll give you two. One is a smaller lesson. Know the weather. If you're going to do a movie in the wintertime, make sure it's 95% indoors if you live in a wintry climate. Won't do that again. I said to my team we won't produce in the wintertime ever again. We will, but as long as it's indoors, majority indoors. I also learned that you can do a lot with a little bit, right? $50,000 is nothing to make a movie. It's laughable. What you gonna do with that? You gonna make a movie? But if you watch Money Lovers, we made our mistakes, right? There's definitely some production errors, some sound could have been better. You know, there's different things that we did. But if you watch Money Lovers, it's a very good film. It's a very good film. And I tell people all the time, if Money Lovers was produced, same exact story, but produced by a major film house and you had Taraji and Idris or somebody as the leads, it's an award-winning film. It's an award-winning film. It's that good. And I don't say that just because it's my film. I say that because people all the time, still to this day, almost once a day, hit me in my DM or text me if they know me. Yo, just watch Money Lovers. This is a good John. Like, love this. Ain't see this twist coming. Da 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 da. So people really, really love that movie. So if you haven't seen Money Lovers, check it out on Tubi, man. And the second tip I was going to say, man, we learn how to do a lot with a little bit, and we learn that, you know, creativity is what can expand your production value. It's not always money. You just have to be creative. You have to lean into your relationships. You have to understand how filmmaking gets done and movie magic. And you have to have a talented team that on both sides, the actors as well as the crew, to be able to get things done on such a limited budget. So Money Lovers was definitely a crash course in how are we going to get things done with little money. And that is a lesson that will be valuable to me forever, because one day when I'm doing movies that have 10, 20, $50 million and above budgets, I will know how to make those films look like they had 10, 20 times that budget, because I'm never going to lose sight of being creative, right? How can we get it done versus let's just pay for it? How can we make this a creatively dope experience for the moviegoer? Money Lovers.
Oh man, Money Lovers a rap. It's a riggedy. Shout out to Tip, aka Peyton. DP and producer, and behind me somewhere, Evan the Bird. Oh, who that on sound? That ain't Mallet, that's wrong. Shout out to Malachi though. AD Things. The Shorty Dime. Oh hey, what's up Jordan? Where Joey and Jazz at? Okay. TPA thing. Hey, shout out to the amazing cast and crew of Money Lovers. Everybody did a great job. Shout them out. Vendetta Naj, Ozzy, Benny, all y'all man.
I'm down here kicking it at the Money Lovers premiere. It was a phenomenal movie. I want to give a special shout out to Kyrie Tyrell. Hey bro, I'm proud of you.
If you have not seen this film, you are missing out.
So what made it dope for me was the plot.
The premiere was awesome. I mean, Money Lovers was a hit.
Shout out to Kyrie, Vernon, y'all did amazing.
Great writing, great storyline, great acting.
Listen, when I tell you, you do not want to miss this amazing film. I took my time and I followed the directions of our amazing director, Kyrie Terrell, and this thing came out crazy.
There's so many emotions that are going through my mind and my head right now, but it was such an amazing experience to work with such passionate creators. Kyrie really wrote a a phenomenal script. I had amazing co-stars taking this journey with me and really blanketing me with their love.
First of all, Money Lovers premiere is up. I want to thank everybody that came out. All I'm hearing is how much people loved it. Shout out to my cast and crew and the amazing team that helped put this together. A lot of those folks are right here behind me right now, man. I can't thank everybody enough, man. I love to tell stories, and everybody is saying that this was a great story. So again, Money Lovers, man, look forward.
Draconian, with those married to the life is holy matrimony.